In our previous video, we briefly introduced the mechanism of the CGM system. Moving to practical aspects, let's take a look at the most mature and widely used CGM system for now, which is the minimally invasive implantable CGM system. It can be classified into 4 categories as follows. Retrospective CGM is the first kind of CGM introduced to the market. This category records glucose results every 5 minutes and allows continuous monitoring for up to 3 days. The results are only accessible after the monitoring period is completed and downloaded. With the aid of supporting software, medical professionals can view multi-day glucose graphs, analyze fluctuation trends, and summarize daily glucose data. This helps them understand changes in the patient's blood glucose levels. During the monitoring period, patients cannot view the monitoring results, reducing the influence of human factors. This system provides an objective reflection of the impact of diet, exercise, medication, daily life, and sleep on blood glucose changes. Real-time CGM system realized the timeless problem of retrospective CGM and improved based on it. In comparison to retrospective CGM, the real-time CGM system not only displays glucose results and their changing trends in real time, but also features high and low blood glucose alarms and early warnings. This facilitates timely adjustments to blood glucose levels. Real-time CGM significantly improves the timeliness of adjusting clinical treatment plans and enhances treatment safety. Advanced algorithms can also be used in conjunction with real-time glucose monitoring to guide the application of insulin pumps, effectively realizing an artificial pancreas function. However, real-time CGM systems still require finger blood calibration because of technical limitations. That's why flash glucose monitoring, or FGM system, is introduced. This system consists of a subcutaneously implanted needle sensor, a scanning detector, and glucose data and graph analysis software. Similar to traditional CGM, it monitors glucose concentration in the subcutaneous interstitial fluid through the sensor and automatically records glucose values every 15 minutes. The sensor can be worn for up to 14 days. FGM differs by utilizing a factory calibration principle, eliminating the need for finger blood calibration. By swiping the scanning detector over the sensor, users can obtain current glucose data, glucose trends, and dynamic glucose curves for the past 8 hours and 24 hours. After downloading the monitoring data, which requires at least 5 days of data for analysis, the system software can generate several reports, including daily glucose result summaries and glucose fluctuation trends. These reports provide valuable reference for clinicians in developing individualized treatment plans. Fully implanted subcutaneous catheter-based CGM differs from the needle-based sensors mentioned above. It involves a simple surgical procedure to fully implant a 3.5mm by 18.3mm catheter-based glucose sensor under the skin, along with an intelligent data collection transmitter and glucose information analysis software that can be displayed on mobile devices. These 3 components together form the CGM system. In June of 2018, the US FDA approved Senseonics' fully implanted subcutaneous catheter-based CGM product, which is the first CGM that can be implanted for continuous use over 90 days. Compared to the revolutionary CGM, the shortcomings of the traditional way, blood glucose monitoring, BGM, emerges. Firstly, BGM is called finger nightmare because it involves collecting blood from fingertips or other body parts at least 3 to 4 times a day, which can result in repeated finger pricks causing pain and increased risk of infection. Besides, multiple samplings during the day require patients to carry test strips, lancelets, blood glucose meters, and other equipment, which can be inconvenient for their daily activities such as travel and work. Last and most important, BGM can only provide blood glucose concentration data at specific sampling time points, and blood glucose fluctuations throughout the day are inferred from these scattered data points. This underestimates the daytime blood glucose fluctuations, which is particularly important. Daily activities like eating, exercising, and sleeping cause blood glucose levels to fluctuate, and BGM's lack of real-time monitoring may cause patients to overlook daytime hyperglycemia and hypoglycemia. This, in turn, may prevent patients from taking immediate actions to control blood glucose, such as adjusting their diet or insulin dosage, potentially jeopardizing their health. Compared to traditional fingerstick blood glucose monitoring, CGM technology can provide more comprehensive and rich blood glucose information, relieve patient discomfort, improve treatment compliance, and effectively avoid the occurrence of high or low blood sugar. The primary benefits of CGM include: CGM effectively reduces the need for finger pricks, especially in the case of calibration-free CGM. Prior to the introduction of CGM, diabetic patients had to frequently prick their fingers to measure blood glucose levels, which posed challenges to patient compliance. Even in calibrated CGM systems, the frequency of blood collection is significantly reduced. With CGM eliminating the requirement for repeated blood collection, the quality of life of diabetic patients is effectively improved. Moreover, CGM has no monitoring blind spots. Traditional blood glucose monitoring methods have limitations in continuous monitoring and often miss important glucose fluctuations, such as nighttime hypoglycemia, postprandial hyperglycemia, and abnormal dawn blood glucose levels. CGM, on the other hand, provides continuous glucose data without any monitoring blind spots. It allows users to set their own thresholds and provides alarms for abnormal blood glucose levels, enabling early intervention and treatment. In addition, we will introduce the concept called artificial pancreas, which is considered the ultimate solution for insulin treatments in diabetes. CGM is the only blood glucose monitoring method that can be combined with an insulin pump to create an artificial pancreas system. This integration allows for real-time and continuous glucose monitoring, significantly reducing the need for blood collection and minimizing patient discomfort. It also eliminates blind spots in glucose monitoring, leading to better disease management. The combined CGM and insulin pump system offers strong advantages compared to other mainstream blood glucose monitoring methods currently available. CGM is an emerging market that has attracted many companies worldwide for research and development, with representative products such as Dexcom. Dexcom started to devote itself to the development of short-cycle CGM products in 2004, and the company went public in 2005. From 2006 to 2018, the FDA approved 6 generations of Dexcom products. The latest generation, Dexcom G7, was approved by the FDA in December of 2022, and the FDA's indication for Dexcom G7 covers patients aged 2 years and older with all types of diabetes. The size of this device is 60% smaller than the previous generation G6. It requires a 30-minute warm-up for patients to use. They used to have to wait 2 hours to start glucose readings. In addition to this, it has a 12-hour grace period to change the finish sensor for a more seamless transition. In clinical trials, the system had an overall mean absolute relative difference, or MIRD, of 8.2%, highlighting its accuracy. Second is Medtronic. The Medtronic Guardian Connect system is the world's first real-time continuous glucose monitoring system with intelligent high and low blood glucose alerts, approved by the US FDA in 2018. The system is equipped with the new Guardian Sensor 3 glucose sensor, whose MARD reached 8.1%. The hypoglycemia detection rate is as high as 90%, which can truly restore the glucose curve and accurately guide clinical treatment. The sensor is also used in the hybrid closed-loop insulin pump 670G to guide the automatic infusion of basal insulin. In addition, the Guardian Connect system can provide professional continuous glucose monitoring and analysis reports, and generate dynamic glucose profile, or AGP, and Pentagon model reports with one click. Third is Abbott. In the area of diabetes care, Abbott has introduced the Freestyle Libre ambulatory blood glucose monitor, which eliminates the need for blood collection needles and test strips by scanning a sensor attached to the arm to easily measure blood glucose. In May of 2022, Abbott received FDA approval for its Freestyle Libre 3 CGM. However, the sensor is not equipped with a Bluetooth transmitter, so each time the user needs to read out the previous continuous data from the sensor by scanning. It is not possible to alert when hypoglycemia occurs, while the Bluetooth-based CGM sensor can alert in real time when hypoglycemia occurs. In the US, CGMs cost several $1,000s a year, which varies depending on the CGM brand the patient uses. Representative products like Dexcom G6's current average retail price is about $6,000 a year, which brings heavy economic burden for diabetic patients. Fortunately, there are many similar products published by Chinese companies, and the cost is far less. For example, Cinecare's iCan CGM only costs about $40 per box, and Cybonic's CGM, the first blood glucose meter without finger pricking, free from finger blood calibration, approved for marketing in China, only costs about $64 per box. Considering that a box can measure the glucose level for half a month, this means using products imported from China, the average cost will reduce to $1,000 to $1,500 a year, which will lessen the financial burden for diabetic patients, especially for those without medical insurance. Thank you for watching.